On Monday, July 22nd, this is the BTV, and I am Michael. Let's first look at the key data summary of the crypto circle over the past 24 hours. Over the past week, Bitcoin has started to rebound due to the dual positive stimuli of Ethereum spot and Trump's campaign. The total market value has significantly risen from $1.2 trillion to $1.33 trillion, marking a 10.8% increase within a week. Bitcoin's market share also increased from 53.64% within the same week. It has risen to 54.17%, so Bitcoin's dominance is becoming increasingly strong, and the altcoin season might have to wait a bit longer. After the weekly session ended at 8 a.m. this morning, our members-only weekly review provided our channel's own predictions on whether the next week will see a rebound or a reversal, and at what positions we should enter the market. We hope this will be helpful for your investments. Additionally, let's take a look at Ethereum's total market value, which is now $424 billion USD, with a market share of 17%. The weekly increase is 7.7%, which is lower than Bitcoin's. Looking at the exchange rate of Ethereum to Bitcoin, it is getting closer to Ethereum spot ETF. However, this exchange rate has not risen but fallen, dropping from 0.56% to around 0.52%. Previously, the market predicted that if the ETF was approved, Ethereum might surge to $4,000 or even higher. But seeing that the price has only increased by $500, it indicates that the market is not as enthusiastic about Ethereum's spot ETF as imagined. Let's review Ethereum. In late May, Ethereum was boosted by positive news and surged to $3,900. The reserve amount of Ethereum on exchanges was slightly increasing. However, in the following 2 months, Ethereum began to fluctuate and decline, reaching a low of $2,900. Consequently, the reserve amount of Ethereum on exchanges steadily decreased, dropping from 13.58 million units to 12.2 million units, a reduction of 1.38 million units over the past 60 days. Previously, from late May to early June, Ethereum was at a historical high. At that time, stimulated by the positive news about Ethereum spot, there was a net outflow of Ethereum from exchanges. Calculated at the average price of $3,800 USD at that time, the Ethereum hoarded then is now at a loss with the current price of $3,500 USD. After Ethereum's decline, the market did not show significant net outflow data for Ethereum, but in the past 2 months there has been a slight net outflow trend. Alright, let's take a look at the past half month. Bitcoin has hit bottom and rebounded, and the funds staked in on-chain DeFi have also started to flow back. Now, TVR data has quickly risen from $68 billion to $102.4 billion, an increase of $16.4 billion in half a month, with a growth rate of 19%. This rapid growth trend indicates that market sentiment is showing clear signs of warming up. For the short-term market, the outlook is very optimistic. Among the top 10 public chains, T-Mark data shows the most gains are in 3 chains: Avalanche, Base, and Solana. Specifically, Avalanche rose by 19.561% in 7 days and 44.52% in a month. Base rose by 14% in 7 days, and Solana's increase was 13.68%. The short-term market hotspots are mainly concentrated on these 3 public chains, so if your focus is on the short-term market, you know which coins to buy. Bitcoin has recently started to recover from its slump and is rebounding upwards. Many people's enthusiasm has returned, and blockchain is once again seen as revolutionary, right? Since Trump's shooting incident, his popularity has been rising, and Bitcoin's price has also been increasing. In the past 7 days, Bitcoin has risen by 11%, once breaking through the $67,000 barrier. At this year's The Block conference, Trump will be there, and so will Musk. So, when you see the President of the United States and the world's richest man personally endorsing it, you tell me, what can stop Bitcoin in the future? That's why we see Bitcoin hitting $67,000, the highest in the past month. Of course, for every optimist, there has to be a pessimist. Otherwise, how can you play the high sell and low buy game, right? According to The Block, analysts at JP Chase believe in their latest report that the price of cryptocurrencies in any rebound is only a temporary strategic move, not the beginning of a lasting upward trend. He doesn't believe there will be a wild bull market afterward. What do you think? Let's take a look together.
JP Morgan analysts led by Nicholas Panagurtsoglu pointed out in a report on Thursday that the current price of Bitcoin has reached $67,500, which is too high compared with the production cost of about $43,000, and the price of gold adjusted for volatility, which is about $53,000. These JP Morgan analysts explained that the difference between the price of Bitcoin and the JP Morgan price adjusted for volatility compared with gold indicates that the mean has returned to the zero line, thus limiting the potential for long-term increases in Bitcoin prices.
It could even turn negative in May. It's probably closer to flat at the moment when we look at the institutional impulse in futures or Bitcoin funds. What I think is important here to highlight is that the slowing and the drying up of this institutional impulse had begun in May already.
If you live according to United States time, then you would have noticed what the mood was like yesterday. One moment, Biden withdrew, and I was like, wow, witnessing history. The next moment, I was like, wow, gold and energy prices are going to drop again. So, what's the situation with the United States presidential election? Analysts at JP Morgan Chase also have something to say. They believe that if Trump is re-elected as President of the United States, then gold and Bitcoin are likely to benefit from Trump's second term. Of course, JP Morgan Chase also analyzed that the current US stock market is in a huge bubble. The future might see a continuous downward trend in the US stock market. Not only is he bearish on crypto assets, but also on the United States stock market, though there are differing opinions. Analysts in the Wall Street Journal yesterday mentioned that Trump is more supportive of the development of cryptocurrency companies than the Biden administration, which means regulations would be friendlier. This potential trade policy could lead to an increased trend towards gold and diversified investments in emerging markets, especially by central banks, particularly China's central bank, as they predict. Do you agree that China's attitude towards cryptocurrencies might change? Let's discuss it together in the comments section. The biggest certainty for the crypto community is when the Ethereum spot ETF will officially start trading. Although no specific date was given, it was mentioned that it could be this summer, meaning either July or August. Various media outlets predicted July 7th, July 13th, and July 16th, but all those dates have passed without any approval. Now, the final predicted date is tomorrow, July 23rd. Will it be approved then? Without holding any expectations, we can take a look at which companies have been approved and how their fees are calculated. According to information on the Chicago Board Options Exchange's official website, the platform has added new details.
Mingpao Canada and Mingpao Toronto share information on 5 Ethereum spot ETFs, including Franklin Templeton. The expected trading start date is July 23rd. Currently, the fees for 9 out of 10 ETFs, excluding ProShares, have been disclosed. Out of these, 7 ETFs enjoy early fee reductions. BlackRock's fee, under the code BlackRock, is 0.25%. Attached to Fidelity, code F8, fee is 0.25%. 21 shares, code ZETH, fee is 0.21%. WAC, code HHV, fee is 0.2%. The Ethereum Spot Mini ETF, code ETH, fee drops from 0.25% as shown in the table below to 0.15%.
What we are going to end up with is a model where investors around the world, through various mechanisms, have access to major cryptocurrencies and crypto assets in a variety of different ways, through exchanges, through ETFs, and through individual wallets. Secondly, they'll have access to stablecoins on blockchains. And thirdly, eventually, I think they'll have access to decentralized financial services.
Until the last moment, there are still uncertainties about the Ethereum spot ETF, so at least the Chicago Board Options Exchange has released the fee details for all the companies that will be listed, which is somewhat reassuring. In other words, the Ethereum spot ETF is already in the final stages and will definitely come. Now, the most important question is how Ethereum will be classified, whether as a commodity or a security. This is crucial for Ethereum's future development. And this question? The president of ETF store Nate Jersey has some insights. BT said. Recently, it cited a lawyer's report that revealed a very critical definition and development in the Securities and Exchange Commission's approval process for the Ethereum spot ETF. In other words, the SEC's approval order clearly sent a very strong signal. It recognized that Ethereum is more likely to be viewed as a commodity rather than a security. This shift is very significant for Ethereum. It directly impacts the development of Ethereum and a series of tokens based on its code. If the Ethereum spot ETF is approved, we can indeed imagine that other crypto assets like Solana and Dogecoin will also have a pathway to enter the traditional financial market.
According to the encrypted intelligence platform Arkham, according to data from the UK government, as of July 19th, the UK government holds approximately 61,245 bitcoins. The total value of these bitcoins is more than 40. The United Kingdom has a total of 1.3 billion US dollars. Most of these assets originated from the seizure of money laundering cases against hotel staff Jian Wen. With the Labour government coming to power, how to manage and use these Bitcoin assets will become an important issue of fiscal policy. Merlin Somerset Webb, a current Bloomberg financial columnist, wrote an article suggesting that the new British Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, should sell the Bitcoin confiscated by the United Kingdom to fund the UK's economic plan. This also means that the United Kingdom is standing at a crossroads, whether to stick to the existing Bitcoin assets and wait for the opportunity, or to convert them into funds to fully support the Labour Party's grand blueprint for affordable housing construction and upgrading the national railway system.
I advise the United Kingdom to slow down when selling Bitcoin because at next week's Bitcoin conference, Trump might very likely announce that Bitcoin will be designated as a national strategic reserve. Once the United States takes the lead, its allies are expected to follow suit. Since it's a strategic reserve, it means that every country must hold this asset. Therefore, the 50,000 bitcoins that Germany sold might need to be bought back at a higher price unless they can seize another batch from the market. Therefore, the German government is very likely to become a laughingstock in the future for only focusing on short-term benefits without long-term planning. Finally, let's look at today's OK Express news. Alright, today's chicken soup is especially nutritious, you have to finish it. Everyone knows that Bitcoin has increased by 11% in the past few days, reaching above 68,000 US dollars by noon today, so breaking the previous high is now within sight. Friends who were extremely anxious a few days ago are now feeling much better, no more headaches, chest tightness, and their energy channels are all clear, right? So, the rise cures all ailments, and all difficult and complicated diseases are now gone. Everyone should know this. What is the highest level of trading? Have you ever experienced that kind of restlessness in the short term where you have to check the market every 5 minutes? So in trading, don't let price increases make your heart race. Don't panic during big drops. Don't feel distressed about stop losses, and don't boast about profits. Don't have excessive expectations about price fluctuations. Without worries, there won't be troubles. It's normal to make mistakes, and if you lose, you can afford it. Winning is nothing more than being skilled. There are no divine moves in a game without a God's eye view. That's all for today's program. If you find the channel valuable, please give us a like and consider becoming a member. Membership comes with all the benefits, and we aim to provide exclusive content while also creating an upward path to the top of the pyramid. We hope to lead all our members to accumulate more Bitcoin during this bull market and gradually become wealthy together.